4th and goal. Carolina will take the timeout with 1 second left and try to win it on the kick. A little surprise there.
Well, you got to give Carolina a ton of credit here, Russ. They get the takeaway. They took over at their own 5-yard line. I think they converted, 3 third downs in the drive to put them in this situation.
Atlanta may have seen the last flicker of their postseason hopes.
Same thing, it's being the head coach. We all got to be accountable, and there's a great responsibility. And that's what you sign up for. A lot that needs to go right around the quarterback too. But that's working through it, and we ultimately got to make the best decision for his team.
Obviously circumstances happened, and they got a couple good plays, and they won the game. So it was definitely a tough one to bounce off of.
I just think this is about coming back to the drawing board and saying, okay, these are the pieces that we have. Let's throw out a third of this, and let's really kind of zone in on who we want to be in.
Hey, when it get hard, take a deep breath and look at each other in the eyes, bro. Let's dominate today, bro. Yes, come on. Hey, this got me something, bro. Come on, me, family on 3, 1, 2, 3. Go. Let's go 3.
Strong performances that what Drake London did. Some of the things that they did on defense.
Come on!
Made some really strong plays. Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier. Offensive line guys shuffling in and out and standing up. The fact that they could not make the plays at the right times, missed opportunities.
Ball game is over. Atlanta a winner in their home finale by a final of 29-10.
It's been all hands on deck, and then the offensive lines play well. And what can you say about the defense? You gave up an opening drive touchdown. And from that point on, Atlanta defensively has completely shut the door, which has included 5 sacks and a takeaway.
Disappointing not to be going to the postseason, but as you said earlier, and I agree with you, a lot of good work was done this year, and there has been a lot of speculation about where this is going to go for 2024. Yep. And I guess in due time we'll find out.
We will find out.
Ian Rappaport has tweeted it. The Atlanta Falcons have confirmed it. Arthur Smith is done after being the head coach for 3 years down there in the ATL.
Love Coach Smith. I'm thankful for him. Like I said, he brought me in here, brought me to the league, so I'm always going to be grateful for him. He's a great guy. He's helped me a lot throughout this whole season. We're not in college anymore. This is a business, so it definitely sucks. But it's the NFL, so you really can't. You control what you can control.
Are there any players or guys that you hope to see back next year?
Selfishly, I want to see everybody back. I love the locker room. I really feel like we got a bunch of great guys, a lot of good vets who have helped me, but they really didn't have to. It's not in their job description to help the rookie out, but they all did. They all went out of their way to do things to help me and kind of help me along with this process. So I appreciate all the guys in this locker room, and we talk about it all the time, man. Like we're right there. We just got to get over that hump. Look at our roster. We're really loaded. So you just kind of you got to go out there and do it. Talk is one thing. Rosters look how they look. We just got to go out there and win games.
You try your hardest. You sign your work and leave it all on the field. And I did that, but I just wish I could have did a little more.
Man, it was tough not being on the field, not being in a position to where I could help the team. That's my first time going through that. Continue to grow, continue to get better, and continue to add pieces. Myself getting back healthy and stuff like that, and getting back on the field, I think is gonna be big. And just take the things we learned from this year. It's a time where you don't know how everything's gonna go. So we just gotta, however it go, better be ready to go.
I think the original idea with this team coming into the 23 season was that the piano had been lifted off your back, and I think that probably the organization felt that way because they were able to go out and secure talent that was high-level talent on other teams that were free agents, and we were able to reel guys in, especially defensively, on the defensive side of the football. The acquisition of Jesse Bates, you can't even begin to measure how good of an acquisition that was and how many dividends he paid.
He's in trouble, and
You doubled your sack total. You went from 21 to 42 sacks. Now, there were some things that you need to tweak and you would like to fix, your ability to close games out, things of that nature, but the excitement level and what they potentially could bring to next year is off the charts.
Nobody up here, nobody connected to our organization has anything else but a full commitment to getting us to the next level, getting us to a championship level, getting us to where we have committed to our fan base that we wanted to be, and that's having an extraordinarily competitive team.
This year, we did not achieve what we wanted to achieve. And there are many factors around it, but for us, we have to look at the fans and say, are we in a place where we think we can compete for a championship? And are we going to be too patient or not? And in this case, we felt like the change was necessary to make sure that we compete in 24 at the highest level.
This offense, when you look at where they rank across the league, this is an offense that when you were looking at this group going into 2023, it was described as fun, explosive, and exciting. Those were words that Arthur Smith used. Those are words that NFL analysts use, and that is not what this group ended up being in 2023. You saw flashes of it 110%. I think that Colts game was one of the more fun games that this group put together.
How they address the head coach and the quarterback is going to define, I think, this offseason and the 2024 regular season.
And beyond.
Yes.
Because I think that this is the most important decision that they can make, and they felt as though they needed a different head coach in to make that decision.
Beauty of this job is that this is a job that you could come in and you can do just about anything you want to do from a schematic standpoint. I think from the versatility that this group has. Just look at the offensive side of the football. I mean, you've got two dynamic backs that have speed and power. You've got an offensive line that can come off the ball and run block and marketably improved in pass protection. Drake's a big-time receiver. You throw the ball in his area, he's sucking it in. So, I mean, wow, from the offensive side, you love it. The defensive side, my goodness, the money you spent on the free agency and all those guys hit.
Has picked it, but Jesse Bates.
There's a versatile roster here where you could do a lot of stuff.
Every week, they turn on that film.
For us as rookies that came in, we had to make an impact right away, and we'll do whatever we can. And we talked about it in our little locker room area to just be our best and to not hold back, but always to stay together, stay with each other, and not veer off from each other. And I think just having us have a group like that, have a tight group like that, it really did help us out, throughout the whole season.
Make something happen, Let's go dominate. Man, come on, man. Make it all look good.
Fan doesn't want to hear about, oh, this team doesn't quit, they fight. Okay, there is something to that. I agree with that. I think that if they're willing to come back to work, short memories, this league it's really hard to win in this league. You try to take care of home games, win the majority, win 75% at home, and go steal a couple on the road. Next thing you know, you look up and you're a playoff team.
To Ritter, Dez looks, gonna throw, caught, Bijan Robinson, midfield, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, strike up the band. Oh, he did it, he took it to the house. Bijan Robinson just went 71 yards. Steps up, deep shot for London, he makes the catch. Oh my gosh, Drake London went Brinkley brother. Strong side, and that goes nowhere. Oh my goodness. Jesse Bates the third.
We want to win, around here. We want to be in the postseason. We want to play for championships. And at the end of the day, however that look, that's what we want to get done. And I'm excited for what's to come. I know when we start doing things, our way and the right way, then it's going to be hard to stop.